What's going on? I think probably something that I have come to value the most in somebody who's filming and editing, or somebody who does video or any sort of content creation. I think it's probably the most commercially valuable trait in somebody who's a content creator. Like if I were hiring somebody to work for me, filming and editing, this is like the one ability that I would probably look for, like top 3 qualities among others. And that is to prioritize what you are shooting. There is something that I have coined the phrase for as content fatigue or media fatigue. And that is when you just simply have too much footage. There is a very romanticized kind of ideal that I see, that I felt. I was at one time surrounded by that, especially when I attended school. And that was the idea of when creating, especially documentaries, to get as much footage as possible. Always keep the camera running. And that is true. In an ideal world, you optimally want as much content as you can get. However, the problem is in the real world, there are deadlines. If you are trying to make your content financially viable, you are most 90% of the time going to be hitting a deadline. Even when there's not a deadline, there is a patience deadline in the client. You do not have infinite time to edit. Your footage is sort of a set of words, just random words, and in the editing process, you're taking those words and you're trying to create sentences and then create a story. And so in order to know exactly what story that you can create in what time frame, you need to be able to look at everything that you have and create sort of a storyboard in your mind of how you want things to go. It is very tempting to think that you will use everything. While this might be good content, is it good content within the confines of the story? Will I use it? Would it make sense in the encompassing rest of what happened in the day or the event or the story that you're trying to tell? I'll be right back. Caden is crying. Nope, false alarm. I think his teeth are bothering him. Anyways, I just think one of the most overlooked processes, and one that I had to develop myself, is the respect for the importance of going through and looking at all your footage, and also respecting how long that's going to take you. So it's very easy when you're out filming to be filming everything and maxing out memory cards and going and feeling really good about that. But then you sit down to edit and you're like, oh shit, I have way too much stuff. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. And I don't know how I'm going to dig through all of this to find the needles in the haystack. So I think that's a very important thing when editing in the real world. You know, I mean, obviously if I were creating a documentary and I had infinite time and 5 years to work on it, sure, film everything, and I've got months and months and months to sit and look through the footage, and that's the ideal world. But unfortunately, I have never made money that way. Every time I have ever received a paycheck for my work, it has been under a time frame, and so that these methods are important. And honestly, if there's one thing that impresses a customer more than your quality of work, it's how fast you got it to them. People are impatient, and that's just a reality. So, all right. I'm gonna go eat some fake ice cream now.